of the hard drive with a screwdriver. There are 6 screws around the upper case. We then need to remove the label to reveal the 7th screw. Use a razor blade to peel this back in one piece. And make sure all screws are moved out of your work plate. Use a flat-bladed instrument to prise open one corner of the lid and place it to one side. Now we are ready to remove the 2 screws from the magnet. Remove them carefully with a pair of tweezers so that you do not drop any of the screws on the platters. Next, we remove the PCB side of the 2 screws from the voice connection coil on the PCB connection. Using a pair of tweezers, move the screws out of your way and place them to one side. Now we're ready to remove the magnet. Place the magnet extractor tool flat on the surface of the magnet, press the button down firmly with your thumb and lift the magnet away. Place the magnet firmly, safely out of your working place, and the magnet tool too. On laptop hard drives, most drives you will find a ramp. This is for the parking heads. This is for parking the heads. There is only one screw holding the ramp in place. The ramp was designed for the safety of the heads and safely removing them from the platters. Now we use the head removal tool for the 2.5-inch drives and slowly insert it between the 2 heads. Remove the plastic wedge from the tool and leave the wedge in place. This will divide the heads and keep them from crashing. Underneath the PCB logic board is a screw. This screw is the pivot screw. We have to remove this from underneath. This must be done very carefully and you cannot afford to move the arm or the actuator whilst doing this. Place the hard drive down again and we're ready to begin working on the upper surface of the drive again. Now we use a pair of tweezers and lift out the head assembly. We can then remove the PCB connection and place the heads to one side. As you can see, the heads came out in one piece. There is no damage to the heads. Now in this scenario we're not actually showing you the transplanting of the heads from one drive to another. We are just simply showing you the process. And we will go ahead and replace the heads. Take the heads and place them over the pivot screw. You can lower these very carefully into place. tighten the screw on the loading and unloading ramps. Make sure that the ramps are seated correctly in the corner. Now the voice coil can be securely attached to the PCB. You can do this using a pair of tweezers and press to make sure it's firmly securely in place. Next, replace the screws in the voice coil PCB connection. Make sure these screws are as tight as they were when you originally removed them, and no tighter. Next, hold the head assembly in place while you replace the screw on the PCB for the pivot. Take your time and tighten this screw very carefully. When holding the head assembly in place, you must also take care not to touch the plastic. Use a pair of tweezers to gently remove the wedge from between the heads whilst loading it back onto the ramps. Now we are ready to replace the magnet. Press the button down to lock the magnet in place and position the magnet very carefully over any contacts and screw holes. Release the magnet, extract it and lift at a slight angle to release the magnet. You can now replace the magnet screws. Again, replace these very carefully with a pair of tweezers so that there's no risk of dropping them on the plastic. We are now ready to replace the lid. When we replace the lid, we must ensure that all 7 screws are replaced. Using the razor blade, gently peel the label back to reveal the hole for the 7th screw. And securely press the label down. All screws are replaced to assist the user or the client when claiming on their warranty. Any screws missing from the hard drive may invalidate the client's warranty. drive is now as good as new. If this was the client's drive, the drive is ready to return to the client. Thank you for watching this video.